things about trading Forex is that you don't actually know exactly which trade is going to be a crazy winner or just another loss.
What's up, everybody? We are currently live.
We'll take away the weekly.
Trace back down to what we've got confidence that price is going to be bullish.
Point sort of chasing the market. I was more than happy to stay flat.
Hello everyone. With the kangaroo toe,
always recommend trading on the 5 minute.
some of these exotic pairs in pretty steady uptrend, making these higher highs and higher.
Mostly trend following.
The stimulus in a certain way.
What's up, people? It's Any, aka the NocTrader, your friendly neighbor swing trader, back again. Thanks, Nick, for having me again. I haven't been there for a while, actually. It's been a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm back. Can I just confirm I'm live? I just want to make sure I'm not just talking to myself. Am I live? Yes, I'm live. All right, cool. So I want to go. I'm just gonna go give a little breakdown of some of the trades I'm going through this week. Give my little analysis and give you a little bit of idea about this concept that I've been working on. I call it smart money retail. It's a combination of retail, trendline strategies, and smart money concepts that I've earmarked the term. I'm sure someone else has probably used it at some point, but I think I've earmarked it. But yeah, smart money retail, which is a confluence of smart money concept and retail trend lines. And I'll show you how I'm using that in my trades. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Just want to confirm everyone can see my trading view. All right. All right, guys. So here's a couple of trades that I'm looking at right now. I've got quite an extensive watch list here on the left-hand side, but once again, I'm looking at one of the trades I'm looking at right now is Ethereum USD. So on the higher time frame, as you guys know, I use smart money concepts to trade. As in a higher time frame, what I can see here is that there's been on the 4-hour chart, there's been a impulsive move, 4-hour bullish breaker structure, 4-hour order block created, a retracement back to the 4-hour order block, a bullish move, and then hopefully another retracement back to the 4-hour order block. So what I'm trying to do is catch the counter trend short. Now I'm actually not in this trade yet, but as you can see, this has been a continuous bullish order flow, and then a retracement back to the 4-hour order block. So there's been like almost like a continuous pattern that's formed. This will be the third one. Now what I wanted to do was I wanted to get a really good entry, and I might have overdone it with my trading because I wanted to get a really good entry. So I went down to the 15-minute chart, and I saw that, okay, this is the 1-hour order block here. And what I saw was that I wanted to see if on the 15-minute chart, I could get a pullback. Now it looks like price is pulling away from me, but hopefully I'll get some sort of pullback back into here and I could take a short. But right now I'm not in the trade. But,
what's up, Benny?
Yo,
sorry, I didn't mean to drop in on you.
Yes.
I was going to show you how to share your screen because I think your screen is missing for some reason.
Oh my days, what's going on? It's just been talking.
It's all good. Yeah, no. If you just click the share button at the bottom,
okay,
and just add your screen there,
okay,
then we can get that rolling.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. Sorry, I meant to jump on here with you. I was telling Annie before we jumped on the live stream that there was a fire alarm in our building, so I wasn't able to be on here. But
it's just one of those days, isn't it?
Yeah, so things keep happening.
Okay, cool. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, there we go. All right, man, you're all set. I'll back out and give you the show.
Okay.
All right.
Take
good luck.
2, guys. Take 2. All right. Start again. So on the right-hand side is my watch list. Now, I've got quite a lot of stocks, different pairs on my watch list, but right now the red one is the ones that I'm hyper vigilant that I'm looking to take trades on. Now, right now I trade what is called smart money concept through the Vertex strategy, but I've kind of retrofitted it with my old strategy, which was retail trend lines, and I've created almost like my own little strategy called smart money retail. This what I'm showing you right now on Ethereum is just a straight up smart money concept strategy. So what I see on the 4-hour chart on Ethereum, which is a trade that I want to take soon, is that there's been a breaker structure. So this is a 4-hour order block. This is where price consolidates before an impulsive move. There's a breaker structure here, and then a retracement back to the 4-hour order block. Breaker structure here, and what I expect here is another retracement back to the 4-hour order block. So what I want to do is catch a short. Now, I'm not actually in a short yet, but what I wanted to do was catch a short here, but I think price may have already pulled away from me, and I may have missed this trade. But the idea was that on the 15-minute chart, I saw like I saw that on the 1-hour chart, there was like it was breaking down, retracing to the 1-hour chart, breaking down, retracing to 1 hour. So what I wanted to see was like a pullback here to this order block on the 15-minute chart, and then I could take a short. But I think I may not end up getting that as prices already started pulling away, and I don't see it coming back anytime soon. But this would have been a great trade. I took a short from this 15-minute order block, and as you can see here, what I was trying to do was that when it breaks here, it retraced back down, breaks here, and then I wanted another retrace back here, but it may not have done that. Hopefully, my order's there, so we'll see what happens. But if I do get that, that'll be like an 11-hour trade, so that'll be a really good trade. But I wanted to show you one of my smart money retail trades. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about smart money retail. What I've realized is that there's 2 schools of thought. There's the old school of thought, what I used to use, which was trend lines, break and retest, wedges, all that type of stuff. But there's also strategies such as smart money concept. So with smart money concept, you get strategies such as you get strategies such as the ones that I just showed you, where you use order blocks to really define where you want to take your trades. But then if you counterfeit the 2 together, if you fit the 2 together, you can really get some really powerful trades. So for example, let me give you an example of one. If USD CAD, this looks like a right old mess on the higher time frame. But if you go to the daily, you can see that there's an order block. There's a 4-hour order block here, or you can even call it a daily order block, but it's a 4-hour order block here. And so what that tells us is that this is like got a lot of buyers in this area, buying pressure, so price could potentially come up from here. But either way, it's going to react to this area. It's not just going to break straight through it, or it shouldn't anyway. So when I went down to the lower time frame, once it hit this, what I realized was that once again on the 1-hour time frame, price was breaking out, retracing, 1-hour order block, breaking out, retracing, breaking out, retracing, and it was mitigating every time it was going up. And as it was going up, I realized this looks a bit like a ascending wedge. So I plotted the 2 lines, and with the knowledge that I have now of smart money concepts, what I thought were just normal support and resistance lines are really areas where liquidity is being built up below and above it, because other people are trading with these type of concepts. So when I saw that this was going to be like this was an ascending wedge, I thought, okay, there's 2 ways of really playing this. You can either take a short here, but I didn't have that hindsight to do that, to be honest. I'm not going to pretend like I did. I didn't have the hindsight to do that, but that would have been a great trade. Take a short here, or what's better yet, when the price impulsively drops down back into this order block here, it came back up here, and then there was 2 trades you could have taken. This is where you use all the different type of strategies that I use. This may look weird to people, but like I used to use Fibonacci retracements and stuff like that. So I got the Fibonacci tool, and I said, okay, that's not the Fibonacci tool. Lo and behold, the golden ratio area was where it retraced back down to. And that was also, look at this. This is some strong confidence here. So there's an ascending wedge. And what you know of ascending wedges is that when it price breaks out, it'll come back, retest this old support as a new resistance, then sell off again. Now, that area was also the 61.8 to 61.8 percent Fibonacci level. So there's lots of confluence. Fibonacci level, trend line, all meeting here. So you could have taken a short and then short here. Or you could have waited for price to come back up here, which is what I did. I didn't take that short. So I didn't take either of the shorts, but I waited for price to come back to this 1 hour order block and I took a short here. So once again, you see a 1 hour order block, break a structure, price came back and then sold off. And that's where I took a short from. And then I've taken it all the way to here, and I'm still in the short right now for this trade. So this is just an example of this kind of concept that I'll be using, which is smart money retail, where it's a combination of retail lines and smart money concepts to really build a strong case for taking a trade. Because the same way, if you use one strategy and then you overlay it with another completely different strategy, and they're both telling you the same thing, you really have strong confidence and you have more conviction in the trade that you want to take. Another example of that is this. Now, I didn't take this trade. I was watching this all day, but for a specific reason. Now, on Euro GBP, once again, that you got a 4 hour order block here. And then I drew these two lines here, two parallel lines that made it look like a kind of like a wedge. So in theory, I would have wanted to probably take a short from here, but just because of the way price was moving, it looked really bullish. And I was looking at what Euro GBP, Euro USD was doing and GBP USD was doing, and everything looked quite bullish. So I didn't really want to take a short here. But the concept that I trade would have told me to take it looked like a bear flag. So it would have come down, up, down, up, down, up, and then short here. But I didn't want to take it just because of what I've seen with the two pairs that actually influenced this pair. So I left it, and lo and behold, I was right to leave it. But once again, it was the same thing again. Once you start seeing the same thing over and over again, you start to realize that there's no accidents in this game. There's just there's lots of repeat, and that's why people backtest a lot of time. 1 hour order block, break a structure. 1 hour order block, break a structure, and then price just carried on going up. Yeah, and then price is fractal. So if you go down to even a lower time frame, you could have probably taken a long here and a long here, but I missed them both. I'm not gonna lie. So it's just one of those things. I also been looking at gold as well. A lot of people love gold, so I'll show you my opinion on gold as well. Once again, similar thing. I looked at the daily time frame and I see, okay, gold looks kind of bullish to me. Looks kind of bullish. There's an order block here. And on the daily time frame, what I saw here was that there's an order block here because price impulsively broke up, broke structure, came back down, touched the order block. Done it again, broke structure. So let me just mark up the breaker structure so you see what I'm talking about. Broke structure there, broke structure there. So you get two bullish breaker structures and a retracement. This retracement, in my opinion, no, not in my opinion, it didn't actually kiss the daily. Actually, it did get into the daily. It kissed the daily, but it didn't kiss the 4 hour. I was hoping for it to enter the 4 hour. So that's the daily order block. But I was being a bit too rigid, and I missed this move because I was being a bit too rigid. I wanted it to get into the 4 hour order block within the daily, because this is the 4 hour order block within the daily. But it didn't touch it, so I missed that move. But as you can see here, breaker structure, retrace back down, and then you could have taken a long here back to the equal highs. Breaker structure, retrace back down, and then this will probably match the equal highs again. So what we see here is that there's just lots of you don't want to go for the too complicated patterns. Sometimes you just go for the easy patterns, the patterns where you just see break structure, retrace, break structure, retrace, and then you catch the retracement, climb up, take your profit. And obviously you can go down to lower time frames and really get really granular entries, but that's I'll leave that for another day. So I try to look at, once again, this is another one. So this is some lines that are marked up, and this is GBP JPY. It's one of my favorite pairs to trade. Now, straight away here, let me go on the higher time frame. On the daily, we all know that this trend line got broken and then it just climb. But it's due a retracement. It's due a retracement. What I think was going to happen is that price needs to come back down here and then climb again. And this would make it do what we expect, which is a break and retest. Normally when price breaks out from a trend line, it'll come back and retest that trend line before climbing again. And lo and behold, the area that needs to retest is a daily order block. This is retail, smart money retail. Use smart money concepts, retail trend lines, all giving you confidence to tell you where price is going to go. Now, what I'd want is this gap being filled. So I'd want a big short all the way back down here. So what we'd be looking for is a great place to find a short. Now, look, if you go down to the 1 hour chart, you can see that equal lows were created. Well, let me go to the 4 hour chart first. So on the 4 hour chart, you can see that on the 4 hour chart, you can see that here is a 4 hour order block. So price could potentially react off this order block. So what I'd want to see is, let me delete this. This is my theory. This is the equal lows that's been broken. And what I'd want to see is probably price either come back, retest this order block here and then sell off. Or yeah, so it could do one of two things. It could come back here. So now that it's created a new low, it'll come back here, go up, retest this order block, then sell off. Or it could just shoot up, carry on going up. Either way, I believe that it's going to go from here to here before it decides what it's going to do next, because this order block still needs to kind of be respected. I'd expect it to be respected. It doesn't have to, but I think that it needs to do one more order fill, because this order block here, this 4 hour order block here, actually has not been mitigated. It looks like it has, but if you go closer. Let me delete that. If you go closer, let's get closer. If you go closer, it's not been mitigated. See, there's a little bit of inefficiency here. So that means that this could get retested. As I said, this is a theory. We're going to see how it plays out. But I love seeing equal lows formed just above an order block, because that means that there's lots of liquidity sitting below it, and price needs to break through it to grab all those orders at the order block, because you wouldn't really want to. The bankers don't want to let all this liquidity just sit there. They want to break through it, catch some orders, and then probably climb one more time, catch some orders here before dumping. And if it dumps as well, it would fit into my theory of straight up retail trader ideology. Break a trend line, retest, climb up again. So this is one of my strongest trades that I'm looking at. This one is one I'm really focusing on. This can get us a lot of R to R's if I get the right entry. But I don't want to YOLO it or FOMO and then have a silly entry. I want to really catch it at a pivotal point. I don't mind taking a short here and being wrong, because if I take a short here, I'll lose 1 R. If I take a short here and I'm right, I don't know. That's countless R's. I'm not even. Let's check. Let's check what we get out of this. Let's say you take a short here all the way down to here. What's that? 15 R. And that's just me being estimate. I'd probably have even a tighter stop loss than that, to be honest. So you can get a big risk reward if we catch this short at the right place. But for all I know, this might just break through and just carry on going down, and then I've missed it. So these things happen. We'll see what happens, but hopefully it doesn't. If it just breaks through, then I wouldn't have had the entry, and that'll be 2 trades. Because Ethereum, I was hoping to, as I said, Ethereum, I'm hoping and praying it comes back here. If it doesn't, then I've missed it. But you have to have mental strength with trading, because there's going to be a lot of setups that you think is going to play out one way. I've had so many trades that I've kind of done something like this, come up 1 pip short, and then and what can you do? You can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it. Just go on to the next one, because these things happen all the time. But for every one of those, you're going to catch a really good one, and then you'll make your money. I remember I had my best trade the other week, made 16K in one trade, and it's not really about the money. I say the money just because you get more clickbait on your videos if you say how much you made, but it was really about the pinpoint entry of that trade. I'm not going to go through it now. I've got a video on my channel, NocTrader. Go on YouTube, search NocTrader. I've got a video on my channel on how I took that trade. But I was so proud of the execution of the trade as much as it was about how much I made on that trade. And it was just, and because I was so confident in the trade, I actually put quite a bit more size on that I normally put for a trade, and this was because I'd retrofitted smart money concepts with retail trend lines and used them together to really find a good trade. And I've shown you as an example of the GBP JPY. That's a prime example of the two together, because before I even knew anything about smart money concepts and all that type of stuff, I would have just naturally would have thought breakout, retest, climb. But now that I know about stuff like this, now I'm looking at, okay, where can I find a really pinpoint entry? So the strategy hasn't changed. It's just that the entries have become more refined because I know the minutiae of how the market moves at a lower time frame. But yeah, guys, what other things am I looking at? I'm looking at, oh, okay. Let me tell you a horror story. This is not just this. These are trades I took. I drew this line way back when. This is like October. I drew this line. I said, yeah, price is breaking up. The reason why I said that, trend lines. Look at this trend line on the DAX and on the FTSE. There's a trend line. So look, it broke the trend line, broke, retraced. And as you can see, these are exhaustion candles. Every time it tried to come low, the buyers kept winning. So that's what made me confident. Okay, this is going to go up. So what did I do? I took an entry here. It literally stopped me out of both of my entries by like a couple of pips, and now it's climbing. These things happen. Do you know? It's like there's no consolidation when you're right, but you still lose money. It's so annoying, but just have to move on to the next one. But I don't know why I shared this with you guys. Just thought I told Nick about this as well. Every time I make a loss or I make a really good trade, sometimes I just leave the markup there for like a week or two just to I don't know why I just leave them up. But yeah. So once again, the concept that I'm trading, smart money retail, combination of smart money concept, retail trend lines. Use the retail trend lines to look at the higher level moves. So like high level moves means that here I know that price is moving up overall, and then I go down to lower time frames and use smart money concepts to find entries that at really pinpoint entries. Like in this case, I got it wrong, but you can't win them all. I should have set my stop loss. This is my mistake. I should have set my stop loss just below here, because in reality, this was the order block. The order block stopped here, and lo and behold, that's where price retraced back to exactly to the order block. So what I did was I made my stop loss too tight. If I'd set my stop loss right below the order block, I would have still been in this trade. So I was right, but I was wrong, but I was right. What are you going to do? But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I don't want to go on for too long. I've shown you a couple of my trades. I'll probably come back maybe next week and review how they went. If they went the way I wanted them to go, at least you got this logged, and then I can pick up a little bit more on how to trade smart money retail, and just talk a little bit more about my setups for next week. So thanks.
Well, look at you. You made it to the end of another stream. Thank you for being here. It really does mean the world to us. We love doing this every single day, and you being here really makes that all possible through YouTube advertising, things like that. Helps to pay myself, the staff, everyone here that you see involved. With that said, we've got more free trading help. As you guys know, as a big thank you to you, we are constantly putting out free content, and we've got something real special for you. Down below in the description, there is a link to access our questionnaire. If you have any questions about things like risk management, price action, technical analysis, you can actually ask your question or get some help on those topics just by going down below in the description. There's a link, click it there, and you should get some help fairly quickly. So with that said, check it out down below, and we'll see you back in the next stream.